comment requests asked about the build. I haven't actually put much thought into the build other than re-updating it when they drop 7.0. This versus this, I generally would expect to have armor, but I went with the flat one. That being said, if you went with this and this, it's always 10%. The difference here is 5%. I don't actually use aftershocks all that often, but I should because of this. If I can weave them in, and you can do them actually relatively quickly with the cancel parry, you could have a pretty good uptime on that. Just regular melee damage increase. I don't really give a shit about that. I do tend to use ground slam back to back. I like to hit one, do a 180, do another for AoE Minor's. I don't give a shit about that. I like being able to do my 180. 5 damage. Obviously, we talked about that already. I don't really like the idea of wasting 2 perks for 10%. But that's there. Likewise, I don't really care about that. I don't use Aftershock enough. I'm trying to dodge the range damage, not tank it. Not sure if my tendency to pommel strike into a single swing into 2 ground slams counts for this, because I don't think the ground slam necessarily counts as a light. So I'm unsure. And I don't tend to swing light hits, back and forth more than once or twice. Unless my timing is off on trying to get a Majoris into execute. Honestly, I'm not sure if that's worth it, because if I recall correctly, the people looking into it said that adding the extra attack doesn't actually add extra damage. It halves the damage for each attack, effectively. It takes the same damage from one slam and spreads it across 2. So that may have changed, but it is what it is to get to the next ones, which is just generic melee buffs. That also, I've been told, if I recall, back in the day, was listed as a pretty bad take, simply because Pommel Smash just doesn't do that much damage in general. I tend to use it for mobility, so I don't find that worth taking. And again, I don't want to have to hit a guy in order to make his hits on me do less damage. I'd rather just not get hit by the guy. So really the only reasonable changes I might consider would be swapping that, and that would require me swap to that from that, which if I plan to do aftershocks, I wouldn't really want to be having to take longer to do it. Don't give a shit about that. That's all gun strikes. Again, same deal. That's really about it. If you got any more questions, let me know.